Well, let's now examine this subject further, and joining us on the news at 10 is the director of the Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, Dr. Muda Yusuf, is live in our Lagos studio. Thank you for joining us on the news at 10.
Thank you,
Doctor, 2 years after AfCFTA, it was described as a game changer then. There was a lot of excitement and chatter about it, but it hasn't changed much. Where is the challenge from? Is it from those meant to do the trade, the business owners, the entrepreneurs, or is it a government policy thing? Where exactly is this challenge?
Well, we are talking about trade that involves about 54 countries. And the scope of negotiation is very, very elaborate. And we are talking about over 6,000 products, which has been classified into 90% that will be fully liberalized, 7% that is regarded as sensitive, which will be liberalized over 7 years or so, and 3% that will be completely excluded from trade. And this involves a lot of negotiation. There are about 3 phases of the negotiation. There's the negotiation that has to do with protocols on trade and services. There's also the negotiation that has to do with intellectual property, investment and competition. And there's a third one which has to do with digital trade. So because of the elaborate nature of the negotiation, and because of the need to build consensus as much as possible, that has delayed the pace of progress so far. And because of that slow pace, our AfCFTA Secretariat had decided to embark on what you can call a pilot test of trading. It's a kind of guided trade initiative. That is what they call it. Now, in that initiative, we have about 8 countries now, and that initiative was introduced in October 2022.
That's last year.
Last year. So a bit of trade is beginning to happen, but not something significant yet. And among the 8 countries, I think we have Ghana, Kenya, Tanzania, Mauritius, Rwanda, and a bit, but Nigeria is not there yet. So we are hoping that in the second phase of it, Nigeria will be there.
It appeared earlier on Nigeria was a bit reluctant to really get into the AfCFTA. I mean, it took some time before we eventually, ratified it. But so speak to the time frame then. When should we be looking to start reaping the benefits of this game changer? If you say it's a 7-year period before all of these areas are fine-tuned, what must we begin to do as a nation, even though we're not involved in the pilot, to ensure that businesses and others are able to benefit from AfCFTA?
Well, I think the African countries need to do a lot more. It's difficult to give a time frame. It's a function of the commitment of each of these countries to the spirit of continental trade integration. For instance, we have a major issue with visa. How do you trade if there is no free movement within the continent? Sometimes it's easier to get a visa to go to UK or US or get Schengen visa than to get an African visa to African countries. Sometimes they give you a visa of just a month, 2 months, single entry. How much trade can you do with that? In addition to that, you have the issues of connectivity. How much connectivity do we have? Either by rail or by sea or by air, very limited connectivity. And you need to be properly connected to be able to trade. So these are issues. Then, of course, we have what we call non-tariff barriers. Even within the regional trading blocks, let's talk even about ECOWAS. Trading with ECOWAS sometimes can be a nightmare. If you talk to exporters, what they go through, because most of them travel by road. Between here, Benin Republic, Togo, Cote d'Ivoire, Senegal, and all of that. All manner of issues, having to move goods from Nigeria across the West African sub-region. So even at the regional level, there's still a whole lot of issues. So there's a need for this very serious commitment, to ensure that we ensure this progress with economic integration. And on top of that, we are now having all manner of political issues, coup and all of that. insecurity. You know, all of these things are making it very difficult.
So it might even slow down the implementation.
Of course, they are already slowing down the implementation.
Oh dear. But we'll have to thank you so much for laying all of these issues bare. Dr. Muda Yusuf, the Director of Center for the Promotion of Private Enterprise, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. My pleasure. Thank you.